Hello everyone. Today we're going to do something kind of fun today. As you can see, I'm in a tent. This is a new tent that I just got. Love this tent. So of course, what does this tent need? It needs a NomadPort, right? We definitely want to get a heater in here. So I wanted to take the moment to answer a few questions that I've been getting, and then we're going to show a fresh installation of one of these on a tent that is a canvas tent. So I've been getting a lot of questions as far as like, where to install it. Can it be installed on canvas? Is one of those questions. Can it be installed on canvas? So the answer is yes. It's more complicated, but can it be installed? Yes. Where do you install it? That's going to be the more complicated question, right? When it comes to installing it on canvas, it's just a matter of the adhesive that you use. I do include on every NomadPort, right? You do get one little ampule of super glue, which generally works the best when I'm doing it directly on window mesh, because you're kind of gluing it to itself. I found super glue to work the best, at least on the ASA, to bond them together. If you are going to go on like a canvas material like this, you know, we would potentially probably still use super glue. I'd probably use more because of the thickness of the material, just so it absorbs into it more, and I just kind of apply it more liberally. So I don't think it's really a matter of can it be glued to canvas. Yes, we know it can be glued to canvas. The question really is going to be where. So when it comes to where to install, I think this is really the more important question, not so much the material that you're going to be attaching it to, because we know you can really adhere it to pretty much all the materials. What it really comes down to is where. So on my previous tent, based on how it was set up, I did actually install on a window like this on the window mesh. So I was going through, right, obviously there's mesh, so it is able to kind of bond to itself through the mesh. And one of the main reasons I did that is on that tent was the position of where that mesh was made a lot of sense for where I wanted the heat. The other reason was doing it on the mesh did mean that I could close it up, right? So it's like, let's say if I did it here on this mesh, I could actually close the window up if I wanted to prevent any types of leaks, right? Because that's a question. Could you just install on the sidewall here and would that be fine? Yes, I believe it would. If you're liberal with the glue, it's going to create a seal. You can have the cap on it. But at the same time, would I really want to do it just on the sidewall like that, where you may have a lot of water potentially running down on it? I probably wouldn't do that. I would always want to put it on something where I have the ability to close it when I'm not using it. So I think that goes part into kind of where to do it. Now in this case, I'm not going to do it on this window. I'm actually going to do it inside. So let's go back and take a look. So with this tent set up like this, with the doors how you see it, my plan of how I will use this tent is I will have a cot here where I will be. And if there is someone else with me in the tent, they will be over here on this side. So it'll be these sides where people will be sleeping. So I don't really want the heat coming in from one of those sides. I really want it coming in from the center. Now my plan is to generally keep this back door closed and just use this front door. So that being the case, you can see on this particular tent, right, there is no window mesh. It is this PVC clear, like vinyl material. And then, there's an outer, and this actually seals and zips up and what creates the full seal. And then this outside canvas just kind of closes and kind of Velcros over it. So what I do plan on doing is actually installing it on this material itself. I am going to put it right here. So that way I can pipe it right in the middle. And then that way, like I was saying, if it does happen to be raining or I'm not using it, I can have this outer close and it actually still does cover it. So I don't have to put a cap on if I don't want. Okay, so since I am doing it on the PVC material, the question then comes in like, what should I be using? Instead of super glue in this case, I am going to be using vinyl cement to do this. Seems to be the best to be able to adhere to the vinyl, because of course I want it to adhere really, really well. So I am going to just use this. The thing I did want to test out was I wasn't sure how well it would adhere to the ASA material that it's printed in. So I did do a test with some extra NomadPorts that I can't ship out, and I just use it to glue to itself. So you can see, and I did this 20 minutes ago. Okay, so this still hasn't like fully set overnight or anything like that. And look, you can see I can flex it, right? And it's not separating. I don't know how much force it'll take. Oh, there, I think that was starting to come apart. But that's pretty good, right? So it definitely works. It does glue. So I have a fresh NomadPort right here. And then I'm just going to kind of do a test fit just to see. All right, so I think I kind of want it like that, right? I'm just going to want to make sure, of course, the name is all nice and straight as much as possible. Magnets won't let me get it exactly, but so I think it's going to go something like that. So this is what we'll do. This is a quick little process here. I do have to put some on and then let it sit and set up for a few minutes before we actually glue it. So I am going to apply some of this on now. It is pretty thick and goopy stuff. Oh, oops. I'm just going to go right inside the channel. Oh, that's not good. I just dripped some on my new rug. That's a bummer. Definitely make sure you're in a ventilated area when you're doing this. Already smell the fumes. So I got one side, so we're going to do both sides. It does actually say to do both surfaces. Might be a little difficult. So according to the instructions, you are supposed to let this sit for like 3 to 5 minutes before you try to glue it. It is hot here. We're in Southern California. It's hot. It's sunny. There's not sun directly on it, but I'm definitely not going to wait the 3 to 5 minutes. When I did the test piece, I think I waited like 1 or 2 minutes and they instantly bonded. What I'm questioning right now is what I should be doing, which I didn't do, is prep this and clean this with alcohol wipes or anything like that, which I guess I will go do. Let me go grab that real quick. I will be right back. All right, so I got some isopropyl here. It's gonna clean both surfaces, both sides. And then what I'd like to try to do, which is gonna be a little sketchy, but I think we're gonna do it, because that's how we like to roll, is I kind of need to get like, let's try to do it this way. That's almost like we're tracing old school style. If I go like, oh shit, this is going south fast. There, that's a nice looking circle. And the more fun part, same thing on the other side. At least there's a little bit that'll help the bonding. I'm gonna cut a lot of the middle out, so hopefully I didn't go over too much. I just said that as I went way over. I do think I'm just gonna stick them on. So the outside is the most important. I want straight, so we'll get that one like that. Get it close. Ooh, that's going to be the bond point. All right. Boom. Wow, I can already feel it sticking on to itself. And so just try to push it together. It's touching as much of the material as possible. I probably could, which I may do in this case because I can. I may clamp it down. Usually the material is so thin that you're going on, it really just kind of pulls in, but this is a lot thicker, this vinyl material here. So I think because I have this opening right here, which made it really easy, I could be one person doing it. I think I'm gonna probably go grab maybe 1 or 2 of my clamps possibly, and maybe see if I can clamp the top and bottom. I think might help it bond. Let's try that. All right, we'll see if we can get these. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to quite get it. Oh yeah, deep enough. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think we'll let that sit probably. It looks like it actually does set very quickly, so we'll probably just let this sit until later today. We'll do a couple hours, and then we'll take it off, and then it should be good to do the cut, and we can see how it turned out. So join us in a little bit, and we'll see how it works out. Thank you. All right, so it's been a few hours since we put this on earlier. I did check it a little bit ago. I took the clamps off, and yeah, it seems good to go. It's on there, securely. So let's go ahead and make our cut and remove this piece in the middle here. I just want to kind of try to get it as close to the ring as we can. This material cuts pretty nicely, which is nice. Look at that, just going right around. Okay, look at that. We got a perfect NomadPort spot there to put our heater on. Let's cut our inside piece. We can just mag right on. Bam. Right? And then once we have the other side, that actually does balance it out. So it does usually take both sides. But yeah, I think we're good to go. Can't wait to use it. So thanks.